James Kaufman, World News Report today, August 11th, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. The Long Now Foundation, notice the X there, is building a clock inside a mountain in West Texas that will run for 10,000 years. They guesstimate that's about how long each society lasts. This is actually being bankrolled by Jeff Bezos. The inventor of the clock first came up with a theory in the 80s to build a clock that would run for over 10,000 years. I cannot imagine the future, but I care about it. I know I'm part of a story that starts long before I can remember and continues long beyond when anyone will remember me. I sense that I am alive at a time of important change, and I feel a responsibility to make sure that that change comes out well. I plant my acorns knowing that I will never live to harvest the oaks. The inventor, Danny Hillis, has several prototypes already working. Quote, I want to build a clock that ticks once a year. The century hand advances once every 100 years, and the cuckoo comes out on the millennia. I want the cuckoo to come out every millennia for the next 10,000 years. That's Danny Hillis, a polymath inventor, computer engineer, and designer, inventor, and prime genius of this clock. He and Stuart Brand, a cultural pioneer and trained biologist, launched a nonprofit foundation to build at least the first clock. Fellow traveler and rock musician Brian Eno named the organization the Long Now Foundation to indicate the expanded sense the time the clock provokes, not the short of the next quarter, next week, or next 5 minutes, but the long now of centuries. Eno also composed the never-repeating melody generator that rings the clock chimes inside the mountain. The clock in the mountain is being funded and built on property owned by Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon.com. Bezos is also active in designing the full experience of the clock. The Clock of the Long Now, a monumental scale mechanical clock built inside a mountain designed to keep accurate time for the next 10,000 years. The clock is 100 feet tall, engineered to require minimal maintenance, and powered by mechanical energy harvested from sunlight as well as the people that visit the clock. The clock will mark time when astronomic and calendaric displays and a chime-generated design with the help of Brian Eno that can produce over 3.5 million unique bell chime sequences, one for every day the clock is visited for the next 10,000 years. 10,000 years is about the average age of modern civilization, so the clock will measure out a future of civilization equal to its past. This assumes our civilization is in the middle of whatever journey we are on, an implicit statement of optimism. To see the clock, you need to start at dawn. Like any pilgrimage, it will require a day's hike to reach it and its interior gears. It is currently still being assembled deep inside a mountain in West Texas, owned by and funded by Jeff Bezos. The Clock of the Long Now. The Clock of the Long Now, also called the 10,000-year clock, is a mechanical clock under construction that is designed to keep time for 10,000 years. is being built by the Long Now Foundation. A 2-meter prototype is on display at the Science Museum in London. As of June 2018, 2 more prototypes are also on display at the Long Now Museum and Store of Fort Mason Center in San Francisco. The project was conceived by Danny Hillis in 1989. The first prototype of the clock began working on December 31st, 1999, just in time to display the transition into year 2000. At midnight on New Year's Eve, the date indicator changed from 01999 to 02000, and the chime struck twice. The manufacturing site construction of the first full-scale prototype clock is being funded by Jeff Bezos' investment firm Bezos Expeditions, $42 million, and is on land which Bezos owns in the Sierra Diablo mountain range in Texas. Now, it has not been completed, but I will show you all some smaller prerequisites of the clock itself. Again, they're trying to build the clock so that there's a possibility that it would run for 10,000 years with little to no maintenance whatsoever. Imagine this is just one of the wheels or dials inside the watch or clock. Imagine if this were on your wrist. How large would it be? Now, please realize this is still only one of the prototypes of the clock itself. The clock will be much, much larger than anything we've seen thus far. I'd like to get you a full scale of how large the clock will be. This is a picture from inside the mountain where the clock is being assembled currently. Now, I personally don't have a date that it will start ticking, if you will, but that date is coming up quickly. You can see how large the gears are. Again, imagine if this were a wristwatch, how large this would be on your wrist. Obviously, a very large clock. With that said, God bless. Please share and subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World.